We'll be starting in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, please.
Hello, good evening, everybody. So, thanks for joining this webinar. Myself, Saptarishi Chaudhary, and I am Sales Executive and Application Engineer in Mangalam Electricals. Today, I'll be hosting this webinar. Today, I'll be presenting on proactive fire safety with infrared thermal imaging. Our objective will be on how early detection and continuous monitoring can significantly reduce fire risk, protect assets, and improve operational safety in industrial environment. This slide highlights the tragedy of 2012 occurred in Vizag Steel SMS. As we see, 15 to 16% lost their lives and the plant incurred a loss of 11 crore of Indian rupees. Incidents like this remind us why proactive fire safety is important and critical. Not only the fire tragedy of Vizag Steel was a lone case. Unfortunately, you see fire and blast accidents continue to occur in steel plants over decades. The table enlists how from gas pipeline blast to conveyor belt fires and ladle breakages result in severe injuries, fatalities, and crores of losses. And I must say that most of this could have been prevented with early hotspot detection and continuous monitoring. As we head in
Yeah, just
today's webinar,
Satrishi, just 1 minute. Go back to the previous slide.
yes, sir.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I'm Ajit Singh from Manglam. So just would like to add couple of things. My colleague here, he has shown, he has captured few plants. But besides this, there are many other plants like Tata Steel, Arcelor, Jindal, where, this fire has broken out. And in Tata Steel, in coke oven, there was one battery 6 which exploded. And, there were some 5 to 6 fatalities. Similarly, in HSM, there was a fire in the cable cellar. So there, almost all these steel plants, they have this fire incidents. Okay, continue.
Thank you, sir. So here is today's agenda. We'll begin with a short introduction, understand why temperature is a critical parameter, explore the benefits of infrared measurement. Then we are going to review our product range and deep dive into some of the successful applications and case studies. And finally, we'll wind up with some technical features of our product and summary. We, Manglam Electricals, brings over 45 years experience in metal and mining industries. We're the knowledge-driven solution provider and specialist in non-contact temperature measurements. Below mentioned are some of our foreign partners. With Optris, we do temperature measurement in non-contact ways. Hubnagisen, Leica, and FSG are the manufacturers of heavy-duty, mid-duty encoders, potentiometers, rope wire transmitter, and of course the tacho generators. While Z-Laser, Motrona, and Anamet are famous for their laser distance meter, controller displays, and conduits respectively. Optris is our partner for infrared temperature monitoring. This is a German IR company. It's founded back on 2003. 115 employees and 3,000 different product variety. Optris is certainly one of the best temperature measurement industries in the world. They have an annual manufacturing rate of 60,000 IR thermometers and camera. They are having a strong R&D facility in Germany as well. Indeed, I should say temperature is the early indicators of fire risk, equipment degradation, and abnormal conditions. Monitoring fire ensures early fire indicator, prevents material degradation, protects equipment, ensures personal safety, supports compliance, and obviously enables predictive maintenance. But we see industrial fire detection faces some challenge like delayed detection or the poor visibility at high risk zones, manual checks, false alarm, and of course the compliance needs. We nullify this with our early hotspot warnings. We can penetrate through dust, smoke, and darkness, remote non contact monitoring 24/7, accurate threshold based detection, and data log and audit support. Here are our product ranges that varies from high resolution thermal camera, which resolution as good as 640 by 480 pixels, and the thermal sensitivity of 40 millikelvin. This camera is dedicatedly designed to detect the smallest of changes of temperature. Then we are having this mid-resolution thermal imaging camera with its compact size of M30 serves as its main USP. Moreover, it is facilitated by power over Ethernet, and of course with the motorized focus, now you can set the focus remotely from the computer without even going to the camera lens. Finally, with the invention of AI spot finder, we can now say we are a step ahead from our competitors in temperature measurement. With it, we can this scans the entire field of view and gives the temperature autonomously without even getting connected with the computer, and it does so with a fast response time of 20 milliseconds. So anybody having any kind of questions till now, I'll be happy to address it. Okay, then you're heading ahead. I would like to dive deep into our applications and successful installations. To begin with, bulk material handling. Hidden hotspots due to exothermic reaction is a major challenge, and equipment loss and raw material loss. Our continuous monitoring cameras identifies local hotspot and generates alarm, which prevents the loss of raw materials. And we are in this application, we have been using this mid-resolution camera with a compact size. In coke off, manual scanning for proper quenching is difficult. Ununiform cooling rises burning of conveyor in next steps. Our camera scans the full WAF area and ensure proper quenching is done. It also identifies localized hotspot and initiates cooling over the heated zones. Here as well, we have used the compact size mid-resolution thermal imaging camera. Now, I'll be happy to address any of your questions if you're having for these two applications. Right. Coming to conveyor fire safety for DRI conveyor, delayed detection of heat buildup in concealed zones. Our camera detects hot DRI during the transport and signals early alarm to operate the early action. Similarly, for coke conveyors, manual scanning of hot coke is difficult, resulting in the burning of conveyor. Our thermal camera scans the conveyors and actuates the cooling system on the heated coke. It ensures homogenization of coke as well. Yes, with this AI pyrometer, it is serving quite handy where communication, cable laying, and maintaining a separate PC is quite difficult. You can see the control room is beyond 100 meters, and the customer also don't want to lay the FO communications and don't want to have an extra workstation for imaging as well. Out here, our infrared pyrometer with AI facilities chip in. It gives corresponding AO against hotspot temperatures, and DO is also actuated if the coke raises beyond threshold. Uh, yeah. Then switchyard applications. The current collector terminals, which remain unmonitored, raises the risk of switchyard potential hazards of fire. Our solution detects overheat of the collector terminals before failure. Our camera are rated IP68 and works in outdoor environment at 70 degrees Celsius without cooling. So I think it serves quite handy in the outdoor circumstances as well. So we are using this high resolution camera for this with the low thermal sensitivity. So do we have any questions from anyone, if any? For DSL busbar, current collectors may also overheat due to improper connection with conductor rails. Our thermal camera enables real-time temperature monitoring with multiple region of interest. Out here in the thermal image, you can see we have marked multiple area of interest, and this triggers when the hotspot exceeds the threshold. We can provide up to 9 AO and DOs, which an automatic snapshot of field of view on the breach of temperature conditions. For LF transformer, their bushing may overheat during arcing, due to over arcing, I should say. And no manual entry is also allowed during arcing to check the bushing temperature. So for this, we propose the same compact size camera with analog and digital outputs for each bushing. We can see out here we have acted two bushing, two field of view, shunt 1 and shunt B. And for both of them, we have assigned an analog and digital output. The auto hotspot detector also scans the entire field of view and identify an overheat. The real-time temperature measurement of multiple region of interest. And also in this scenario, automatic snapshots on breach of alarm conditions. Finally, we encourage condition-based monitoring of the critical assets, for instance, tundish, vessels, ladles, or even the 2 years for the blast furnaces. Localized hotspot in the refractory can't be detected manually 24/7, which loses critical assets and even personal loss as well. We are having permanent solution with 24/7 monitoring with auto hotspot detector that scans the entire field of view and again raises alarm for any rise of temperature beyond the threshold. With automatic snapshot in this case scenario as well on the breach of alarm conditions. So with this, we are ending our application case studies. I'd like to address any of the questions if you're having.
Any questions?
Yes, I have one question.
Yes.
Sir, as he talks about DRI conveyors,
Yes.
so when we use linear heat detecting cable, and what is the advantage of using this cameras over the linear heat detecting cable? We can also use the linear heat detecting cable at they have the same application like this cameras have. So what is the advantage of taking these camera over these the cable which we got?
When you're saying linear heat detection cable, what what, what I mean is it like a cable which is running along the
Yes, it is basically cable
Yeah,
with
Karan,
sensor.
I'll answer.
okay.
So, what happens, ma'am, when you are running a linear heat sensing cable, there are chances of, this cable getting snapped. And
Okay.
this has been tried in number of industries, but, it has never worked beyond, 4 to 5 months, because every time this cable breaks. Okay. Secondly,
Okay.
cost of this cable is huge compared to, a camera cost. That is why, cameras, they are more preferred in industries rather in steel plants. Okay.
Okay. But at the same time, for the upper portion of the DRI conveyor, you can have cameras. So, what about the roller portion of the conveyor? If there's some sort of burning or due to the friction in the roller portion of that conveyor.
So in that case, we can go for multiple cameras, like, near the rollers also, we can install cameras.
So I will just add from our experience. You have to identify which are the critical areas in your conveyor system where it's likelihood to generate the hotspot detection. Each camera is typically covering about 2 meters of the conveyor length, depending upon the distance. So people typically put it on the entry point or the exit point from one process into the other, so then they can monitor that what is the temperature is on the of the product is getting transferred into the next zone, if I were to put it.
Okay. So
So
thank you, sir.
it is not like your that cable that is running along the entire length of the conveyor. The conveyor could be a 1 kilometer long
Yes, sir.
conveyor. The idea is to check at the right, like let's say if it is going inside the bunker, then you need to check whether what temperature is the product going inside the bunker, or what temperature
Mm.
is the product being processed from its and then so we are only measuring in those critical areas.
Okay, I got your point, sir.
Which plant are you from, ma'am?
Sir, actually, I'm currently working in the Germany Eisen plant.
Okay.
So another interesting information, I would like to share with all the participants here. The fatality, that happens due to fire in steel plants, that is normally, 90 to 100 numbers every year. This is as per, the World Steel Association report. We lose about 100 people every year worldwide, due to fire. And, about 80, they are in India itself, and 20 in the rest of the world. So this is something, where we must be proactive. And, camera is the only solution. So continue, Saptrishi, continue.
Yes. Then if you are to go with the product specification of a thermal camera, each of our thermal camera comes with three ranges: 0 to 250, 0 to 100, and 20 to 900 degrees Celsius. For the high resolution camera, we are having 640 by 480 pixel that I elaborated previously as well. For the mid resolution, we are having 384 by 240. And thirdly, with 80 by 80, we are also having the autonomous mode in this one. We can give up to nine analog outputs as well as digital outputs in all the three cases. And the working frequency varies from 32 hertz, 25 hertz to 50 hertz in the corresponding cameras. And we are having a high IP rating as well that can serve outdoor purposes. All the cameras are rated up to IP67. And the feature of the high resolution camera, it can withstand up to 70 degrees Celsius without being cooled. And for the rest camera, they are only 50 degrees Celsius. And we also offer the cooling jackets as well as the air purge laminar to counter the harsh environments in the plant. So are we having, sir, any questions for the specification related part? These are some of the technical specifications. We'll be happy to elaborate more if you ask. Right. To wind up, I should say temperature monitoring is the primary requirement for ensuring fire detection and equipment protection. IR temperature measurement enables real-time monitoring with early hotspots, continuous surveillance, non-contact risk, assessment of high hazard areas. Fixed thermal cameras compact imaging system offers advanced features like, as I said, automatic alarm on reach of on covering threshold temperatures, data logging facilities in terms of Excel sheets or in terms of graphical representation, and integration with fire suppression or SCADA system. Yes, our the analog output and the digital output can also be simulated with the SCADA systems. Successful installation at plants with non-contact devices. We are having number of successful installations over the ISPs in India. For instance, the Tatas and the Jindals, Arcelor. Precision thermal camera, compact thermal camera. We gave it on demand with specifications and features as elaborated before. So this was from my side. Now I would like to open the forum for any questions or any more information.
See, just one more information, which I would like to share. All of you must have, seen last week, there was a, climate change summit going on in Brazil. And, it was an international summit. and representatives from 30 countries were invited, and suddenly there was a fire. Despite all the best measures, you can imagine it was an international event, but still there was a fire which broke out inside the auditorium, and this has come out in social media as well as in TV and all. So you can see the diplomats running here and there. The clippings were really scaring. So what I'm trying to say, that fire is something which we have to be very careful about it, and all necessary proactive measures need to be taken for fire. Now the session is open for questions. In case if you have any questions, you are most welcome.
My question is that these camera can be connected to the fire alarm control panel or not?
Yes, we're giving the analog output and the digital output as well. You can program the analog output on correspondence to the temperature that is going in the field of view, and the digital output you can opt whenever the temperature raises beyond the threshold, and you can program it in the PLC directly with the HMI connections.
So there are two outputs or two cables coming from a thermal camera. One cable is your imaging output. So you see it on your PC, which is on the Ethernet. The other cable is connected to our small control card or analog card, through which you can get the analog signal. So you have the option, either you can have three analog signals or three digital outputs. So either you can say I need a 4 to 20 milliampere, or I need 0 to 10 volt. If you're giving a 0 to 10 volt, then you set the limits in the software that if the temperature is above, let's say, a threshold of 50 degree or whatever threshold you've selected, then that the digital output will get activated. The other thing is 4 to 20, it's a continuous measurement you can have. Does that
Oh,
answer your question?
yes, sir.
Sir, hi, this is Pawan
Yes.
from Vedanta.
Okay.
Is there any cameras like features like to detect the water leakages inside the furnace circuits?
When you're saying
Are
inside
these
the
cameras address those issues?
So I would put it, these cameras are to detect any kind of deviation in your temperatures, and through that you're able to identify if there's any leakages. So the question really is, when you're saying inside the furnace, is it inside the furnace where the ambient temperature is going to be matlab 1300 degrees? Is that where we are looking at it, the water
It
leakage?
will be around 400 to 700, sir, in between that.
But
Varies upon load. So we might, I mean, there will be very less minimum amount of water leakage from one tube.
Mhm.
So how do we address that? How do we understand that water leakage is detected?
So typically, if they're assuming we can look at that pipe, and the normal temperature when there's no water leakage, let's say it is coming out to be 200 degrees. I'm just hypothetically saying. And when the water leakage, so the average temperature of this in this field of view should be 200 degrees. Suddenly, if the water leakage is there and instead of 200 degrees, you are seeing, let's say, a lower temperature, 150 degrees, then the temperature has dropped because there is some kind of a leakage.
Okay, sir. Got it.
So typically, I think the
So
best way to.
Pavan, it doesn't give you a direct measurement. Okay, it will give you an indirect measurement. We provide you the analog outputs, digital outputs. You need to configure it in your PLC. Direct measurement is not possible with a camera. It will give you indirect measurement.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Yes, sir. Any more questions, please?
In this camera, so
Right. Yes, sir.
emissivity we have to set or automatic by
Hello.
emissivity.
So
हाँ
the emissivity always is available to adjust, but on a fire safety application, emissivity is not really that important because what you are trying to do on a fire safety application or a condition-based monitoring, you are just setting
हाँ
you're not looking for absolute measurement. You're just saying if my temperature goes above a certain threshold, I need to get an
हाँ
alarm going so that I'm aware that this temperature is exceeding my normal standard temperature.
okay
So emissivity plays important in if you're doing kind of a process related temperature measurement. So let's say you're a wire rod mill or a caster and you want to measure the temperature of the slab, billet, or at that point in time, it makes it very interesting to do it. And then that's
okay
where the
okay
emissivity plays more important role.
okay okay thank you.
So from which plant are you, sir?
एमएनएस गांधीधाम
एंड कौन सा प्रोसेस एरिया में है सर आपका?
और कोल्ड रोलिंग मिल है गैलोनाइज डाउनस्ट्रीम है
डाउन स्ट्रीम।
कलर
ओके।
को हाँ गैलोनाइजिंग प्लस
तो वहां पे आपका
कलर को
जो बाथ का टेम्परेचर है वो देखना चाहते हैं आप?
वो हम लोग थर्मोकपल से करते हैं अभी तो हॉट
So typically at some places we've done it is कि thermocouple hang कर जाता है after couple of months. So then you
मंथ्स
can do
हाँ
it.
कुछ
Then you can do it because this is non-contact. So we are not
हाँ
getting वो thermocouple की वजह से hang कुछ कोई चीज चिपक नहीं रही, हम दूर से इसका टेम्परेचर ले रहे हैं।
ले रहे हैं कुछ जगह यूज होता है पायरोमीटर्स
So I'm saying the difference between a pyrometer and a thermal camera. So we also have pyrometers available with us. Pyrometers,
ओके
you are measuring a single spot measurement. And then आप
या
assumption बना रहे हैं कि जिस spot से आप temperature ले रहे हैं वो पूरा homogeneous temperature है across the entire bath area. Whereas in a
हाँ
thermal camera, you are getting a field of view. ये आप एक दो कुछ फोटोज खोलेंगे मतलब
जस्ट
rather than contact us पेज की जगह आप कोई एप्लीकेशन का सामने रखें। अम, और कोई ये ले लेना एंड हाँ लेट्स जस्ट टेक दिस ओनली। इसमें आप देख रहे इसमें भी देख रहे हैं लेट्स से दिस वन any just DSL bar. We have made area 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 areas. So we are able to measure the temperature of each and every area. So rather than having if there was one pyrometer, only one area would have been measured.
यस
That is the advantage. So it is exactly like a pyrometer, but instead of one pyrometer, this one probably has 2 lakh pyrometers because जो हम फील्ड ऑफ व्यू में जिसमें देख रहे हैं हर ग्रिड का हम ग्रिड में जो भी आ रहा है डिटेक्टर्स के अंदर दे आर मल्टीपल अरे ऑफ डिटेक्टर्स बीइंग यूज्ड।
ओके 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 ओके
So any other question?
नो नो
ये अच्छा हम लोग ये एफडीए सिस्टम पे हम लोग का कुछ है क्या असेसमेंट हम लोग करते हैं कैसे?
किसे
आई एम
रिपीट करें?
यस राठौर फ्रॉम ईएसएल वेदांता बोकारो।
ओके
तो
आपका क्वेश्चन नहीं है क्लियर हुआ सर?
basically there is a project going on at our site. It's a coke oven projects and blast furnace as well as RMHS raw material handling sections. So basically we are interested into install a good fire detecting system and alarm system as well,
Right.
conveyors and as well as equipment also.
Mm-hmm.
The
And what is the application area, sir?
application area is a blast furnace, conveyor line, and coke oven.
So let me just put one. जैसे the fire system what you are saying है जहाँ पे water spray निकलता है, that is not what this system. This
No,
system
even
is
detection and alarm system will also suffice our problem.
right. And but this is done for those critical areas, critical zones, critical, or we are trying to scan a large area and then figuring out कि जरा सा if the temperature is shooting up, then you are able to detect it at a much earlier stage compared to a later stage when it is already has catched fire. So on these conveyor, for example, what we are trying to do is you can see the three, the which are bright red. You can easily see on those bright red that the temperature is higher. So those are at 114 degrees, as whereas the other temperature is around 81 degrees. Now 114, there is something product is coming at 114 degrees, then and you have a threshold of up to 150, then anything which crosses 150, it generates the alarm so that you can activate your sprinkler system or anything, or at least the user is aware that the product temperature right now is coming at 150 degrees. And does he wants to stop the conveyor or whatever next your SOP procedure is there. But this is much more advanced information rather than the point it catches the fire.
Great, sir. Thank you.
Nilesh ji, just to add on, our system is a detection system basically, and what you are talking about, this FDS system, that is something where the corrective action is taken. So the two can be integrated, but then from detection point of view, this will provide you a better flexibility. This camera detection system. We are not into corrective actions.
Get you, sir. Thank you. I will ask my team to get back to you accordingly.
So you are from Vedanta, Bokaro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll visit you in near future. We'll visit you. We'll try to understand your complete requirement, and then we'll submit our offer to you.
Sir, may I get your phone number on the chat if
You
possible?
always
एक बार सब अपना सर email ID डाल देंगे on the chat and your contact number, so then at least we can after the we can send you these relevant case studies.
okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Moreover, Nilesh ji, this FDS system is more predominant for the electrical systems, like where transformer rooms are there or inside ECR, but our cameras, they can be installed in iron making process, in steel making process, wherever you want. It is not limited only for the electrical control systems.
That's why I told sir definitely I will refer the thing to our another experts also who is looking for the fire departments and especially for the operation sections, and take a consent from them, and your whatever your Manglam boss is saying any audits any information definitely help us to make in any company there is a budget. Based
Correct.
on the budget and based on we have the approval process.
Yeah.
So we will forward the approval process to the senior executives. So when they will sanction the amounts, express their consent. It's a real thing. We will move ahead. That is the practical thing, sir.
Yeah. Similarly, your counterparts, this Vedanta in Odisha, they are into this ferroalloy business, and they want to monitor the temperature of electrodes in the smelting furnace. So there also they have taken one offer from us, and already we are in this process, like we have submitted the offer to Vedanta.
Odisha means Balco, our Balco units.
No, not Jharsuguda. This is a place near, I'm forgetting the name, before Jajpur.
Bhadrak.
Bhadrak, Vedanta Bhadrak.
Bhadrak.
That ferroalloy business you have there.
Facor.
Facor, yes.
It's our new company. So there is no harm. You can send that information to us also. So
Okay.
I will take a consent of our senior executives. We have already group of companies going for that. But it help us to take a approval process.
Yeah, surely we'll support you. See, just one more thing I would like to add. We do have competitors, but our cameras, they are, very price competitive, and, they are technically, superior than our competitors. So we have been supplying regularly to all these steel plants. We have sold, huge numbers. In case if you want, we can share the reference list and all. But then even price wise, we are, much better off.
Don't worry about price, sir. Our commercial people are taking care about it. Only thing is that we technically propose whether it's fulfilling our.
Yeah. Technically also it will, meet all your requirements.
Yes, sir. And your technical input help us to present our ESCO members, executives members.
Correct.
To convince that is the right product for us.
Okay. So any more questions?
I'll be sending the soft copies as well. But any more questions, sir, or will we wind up? Okay then. Think we're having no more questions.
Yeah, we close here. And
Thank
you all for, sparing your valuable time and attending this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Excellent, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.